Subscribe for Reddit's controversial opinions. People who receive government benefits should not be able to have an unlimited number of kids and receive an increase in benefits for each child. My wife, stay-at-home mom of one, and I, medical field, live a simple life. We have one car, bought a house only using half of the loan money afforded to us, and don't wear branded clothing. We are considering having a second child, but Pampers, baby food, food in general, etc. are all very expensive and we have to budget since we only have one income coming in. We have decided to wait a while longer to allow for us to pay off a credit account and some medical bills from the birth of our first child. We know several people, both friends and family, who have multiple kids, two of which who have newborns, making the new baby the fourth child for each of them. When we express our desire to have another child to some of them who don't know that I'm in the medical field or that we are married, always give my wife the advice to get on Medicaid so that state will give us aid with health care, apply for EBT, and public housing, and are shocked when she says that we can't because of my income, and are even more shocked when we tell them about my high deductible insurance that left us paying a total of $10,000 in medical bills after the birth of our child. It's not fair that we have to save, budget, be responsible while some people continue to have kids after realizing that they cannot afford to take care of the first one without assistance from the government. It's even worse that some people forego getting married so that they can keep benefits, or don't report all of their income. The limit on assistance for a child should be for the first child only. Additional assistance should not be given for each subsequent child without limit. A family member has 9 kids and she has an active goal to have 10 total, while she only works part-time at a corner store. Not fair. What country is this in? It sounds like America, but I don't want to assume. I don't think this is an issue in most countries. To know where you are, but there is a time limit on cash aid here, as in you can get it for X number of years, period. I've met many people who brag about the not claiming their partner thing. They live together as a married couple but are very careful about using separate mailing addresses and such so they get single parent benefits. I 100% agree with you. I live in a Section 8 neighborhood. A lot of people here have well over 3 kids and they're not working. They just argue and smoke weed all day and night long. They fight and break windows, almost punch passerby cause they're stupid enough to fight about stupid shit. They are all proud that they're on Section 8 and on WIC and food stamps. Heard one say that the government should give them more money cause she's always spend all her money on her weed and some of it on her kids. Like, enough is enough. I have food stamps but I'm not proud of it. I want to get off of it and use what I make to buy my food. In UK there was a thing passed in APR 18 where you cannot claim child tax credits for more than X2 dependents if born after a certain date, or dependent upon the circumstance of pregnancy. If you aren't being awarded child tax credits for them, they also cannot be awarded an extra allowance by housing benefit, though universal credit is slowly taking over. There is also a benefit cap in place where weekly income is restricted once it reaches a certain point. Those government benefits should come as a tax relief. You get extra cash, but only after you work and make some money by yourself. As someone who works in a welfare office, I completely agree. In California, not sure if it's the same in all states, it is mandatory for the parents to participate in a program called welfare to work in order for the parents to receive benefits for themselves. It is honestly a great program. They provide classes to help the parents improve interview skills, find a job, pay for child care, provide gas cards, and even refund clothing used for interviews. Most parents do not participate. Why? They don't want to work. It's not that they can't find a job. I feel that the way the system is set up incentivizes them to have more kids. One obvious problem I see with this logic is that I don't think restricting benefits would actually lead people to have less kids, and reducing the benefit would predominantly harm the children. I understand taking issue with them choosing to have more kids with the expectation that they will receive more compensation, but I think the reality is that loads of people, especially people who are underprivileged/poor/ don't have adequate education/ in unhealthy or abusive relationships, are going to experience unplanned pregnancy, and reducing the benefit isn't going to change that. Those benefits exist not as an incentive to have more children, but as a safeguard against the extreme poverty and neglect that children experience when their parents don't have a basic livable income. Thus, my counter-argument is, regardless of what you think of parents having loads of kids, children don't get to choose what family they are born into, and children deserve to be cared for. The benefits you are talking about are a safety net for the children. Yes, it's not perfect, it's corrupt. There are still going to be shitty parents who don't use those benefits for the kids. But on the whole, that's why the benefit exists, and it does help a lot of people. Perhaps it would be more apt to criticize the system that allowed you to accrue that amount of medical debt, or a system in which most people are one or a few paychecks away from having to depend on those same benefits to survive. In Denmark you can't receive government benefits after the third child. Then it's up to the parents to take care of that, and I think it's completely fair. Me and my family also live on one income and have to budget everything, and we are having our second kid this summer. We can afford it, but it won't be like living in paradise, especially not to others. Many would consider us being poor. We don't, because we are good at not spending money on unnecessary things. I think it's alright that the government doesn't help you after the third kid, because it also sort of helps poor families to not have any more expensive kids. It's stupid to bring another child into the world, if you can't provide financial support on your own for all those children. Having children is a selfish choice and always will be, so if you can't afford it, don't fucking have kids.